First, so welcome to the East Side.
The best coast.
The best coast, as Sean says. See, look, Boston, right there.
I don't know, West Coast is still best coast in my heart, but
All right. Chloe, we have about 45 people. Maybe we want to wait another 1 or 2 minutes before we start.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the slide up for now. It'll be a good intro slide, I guess.
Sounds good.
I love the look of it. Who made it?
Oh, that was me. Yeah.
Wonderful.
You have music?
Chloe's our media lead this year.
Yeah.
Oh, Ashley, while you're here, let me go grab the sweatshirt. So
Chloe, do you have music?
I do not. Do you have suggestions? I guess I can pull some up.
I was going to suggest that you sing Celebrate Good Times. Come on. No, I don't have a serious suggestion.
you guys, this is what the sweatshirt looks like. If you can see
Oh,
it.
they're here?
Oh, that looks
Yeah, they just came in.
Beautiful, especially in
And
all the
then-
dappling.
Here's the sleeve design. It worked out really well. They're like a thinner sweatshirt. They're not a super thick one, but I think that's actually perfect for where we are. All right, let's give it. I'm very impatient to get started, Chloe, but let's give it 1 more minute just in case people are jumping on.
Oh.
All right.
Like I don't understand any of the words in the chat at all. Nice, I did understand. Are they all meaning the same thing?
Oh, Madhuri, you have the earrings on. Yay. We just came from Kylina's 5th grade promotion celebration. We had a gathering in our park for the families. So I wasn't able to switch over to the robo gear quickly enough. Haley, you'll be happy to know I still have those extrusion earrings you made.
I do remember making those.
I wear them. Most of the team has seen them.
Have you made any more on your own? They're very easy to do. It just
Oh
takes
no,
time to cut.
I have no skills. So, all right, Chloe, should we get started?
I need to share my screen because I did not share sound. Okay. Are we ready to start?
Yeah, it's all
wait.
you.
Is Manan, are you recording?
Yeah, recording all set.
Cool. All right, welcome. Welcome to our 2020-2021 end of year party. And here to start off would be Zaki with our introduction and our overall schedule for today.
Yeah, okay. Hi everyone, I'm Zaki, the president, if you don't know me. Just kind of to quickly go over what we're doing today. So we're gonna go over some things that we've done this year. FTC is gonna present, and we're gonna have a few like summaries, like year in review type stuff. And all the leads are gonna speak, the mentors are gonna speak, and then we have a little bit of like leads, senior, and mentor recognition. And then we're gonna have awards at the end. And yeah, we'll be done at 6. So thank you guys for coming.
Yeah. All right. First up would be Sohini with your speech.
I don't have a lot to say because I think a lot of what I was going to say got rolled into some of the other stuff, which is really great to see. But just to say welcome, thank you everyone for coming today. And big shout out to the probably group of students beyond who I even realized contributed to making today possible. And Madhuri as the mentor for, being on point for bringing today's festivities together. So I'm really excited to celebrate you all today and let us begin.
All right. Actually, first things first, we got to take a group photo. So Manan, can you do that, please?
Yeah, totally. I got it. All right, cool. So let's have everyone turn on their cameras. Give it a couple. This will be exciting. Hope everyone's fitting on my screen. I may have to take a scrolling screenshot. We got a lot of us today. All right, awesome. So just waiting on a couple more of you guys. Okay, so let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Smile. Awesome. All right, think I got everyone. Perfect.
Okay. So to start off, this year has been very, very interesting and a lot has happened. So to summarize everything that's gone on today, to summarize everything that's gone on this year, Manan and Caitlin are going to be doing a year in review. I believe that Manan is going to be sharing the screen.
All right, so thanks, Chloe. And hey, everyone, it's super exciting to be here at our awesome end of year party. So this is actually a modification of the presentation we gave for chairman's, an award we applied this year. So let's get right into it. All right, Caitlin.
All right, hey everyone, I'm Caitlin. I'm a member of FRC and the 3 band sub-teams, and this is our 2021 year in review. Our 2020 to 21 season, we're celebrating our team's 11th anniversary. From creating a new FTC team to establishing our band team to having a virtual season, we've reached several milestones.
And here's our new organizational chart, something that we've worked so hard to improve. And we're super excited to reveal how it's gone for the past year. So just a brief year in review, we've had, in summer of 2020, we did planning and recruitment and added leadership positions. In fall of 2020, we did FTC build, FRC training, BAM training, and a lot of events. And then finally in winter 2021, we did FTC build continue, FRC game design, and innovation project. So we have over 65 students this year and did 18 virtual events and raised a ton of money. It's been an awesome year for us.
We've strived to bring the best out of each other through the collective motivation to still have robotics despite the pandemic barriers. We have a great FHS Robotics community. Here's a list of all the events we did this past year.
Oh wait, sorry, give me 1 second. I think my screen share broke, so I will redo that. Okay, sorry, let's resume it right now. Cool, so these are 2020 and 2021 events. All right, so at the start of the year, we did recruitment through 4 intro webinars and then had tryouts. We also added the EmberBots FTC team to have more team members and have better experiences. And to continue for FLL mentoring, we've largely expanded our efforts since 2018. Since we couldn't do the in-person bootcamp, we created the virtual FLL video series in the areas of project, robot design strategy, and programming. And it's really increased our outreach to the community in the 16-part video series. We also virtually mentored 1 FLL team, which was so cool, and they won the Championship Award and Robot Game Award, which is so awesome. This is adding on to a huge list of awards that we've had teams win over the past years. So let's give it up for the FLL support team. We had a great season of mentoring this year. And then in terms of FLL tournaments, we actually hosted 1 FLL tournament this year at Fremont High School virtually. And we also did a ton of other events. Our video production team recorded and edited several virtual demos, and we also continued virtually mentoring these teams virtually through Zoom.
These are the outreach initiatives from the past year. The pandemic and wildfire season prompted us to take action because it affected family and friends. We donated more than 200 homemade masks and raised over $3,000 to help California wildfire victims recover. We brought awareness to important issues through social media. Our RoboFun initiative is to teach robotics in an exciting and age-accessible way to the community. We demoed at the Sunnyvale Library in Stockholm, Kansas, and did fun activities like Kahoot.
Our second initiative was STEM Scouts. We embraced the service to scouting spirit and taught the robotics merit badge to 3 troops, including the CAD workshop and so many requirements that showed them how it works.
Our third initiative is bringing more girls into STEM. For the first time, we have 4 girls as leads, and we are breaking glass ceilings. Not only do we belong here in STEM, but we can be leaders.
Aside from initiatives, we've also increased professional outreach, and we started sending quarterly newsletters thanks to our media team, as well as built a brand new website from scratch, which has also brought us much closer to sponsors.
We're super excited about our partnership with Tuna, a new platform founded by our former finance mentor to create a continuous, reliable source of fundraising.
We are also collaborating with other high school teams in our district to create a communal field building. We've also shared experiences and sought to bridge knowledge gaps together. And this ongoing multi-year project has really bonded our teams and brought a stronger spirit and connection to the FIRST community. So all in all, we had a great season and a stellar year.
All right, thank you. Yeah, there we go.
Right.
All right. So next up, we're gonna have our speech from Mr. Dobrovich, our software mentor and co-head mentor.
Hi, everybody. Like Sohini, I thought I didn't have a lot to say, but then it turns out it's clocked in at like 6 minutes. So this happens every year and I don't know how. So like you've seen the like truly astonishing variety of things that our organization does in general. And I also want you to think back to the FTC presentations that I think that we all saw about what everybody learned. And if you were lucky and you got to see either of the presentations from FRC, the innovation project or the game design presentation, have those in your mind as well. Rather than kind of enumerate all of the things, though, in my speech, I like to try and step back a little bit and think about, how do we understand what we all went through over the course of the season, like, this season of all seasons, and what can we take away from our experience? So going into this year, I was really uncertain how robotics was going to feel. FTC couldn't actually physically build a robot together, and I was worried that was going to feel incredibly frustrating, like someone handed you chopsticks and then blindfolded you and then told you had to build a house of cards together. And like on the FRC side, we weren't even going to build a robot at all. And so I was worried that the challenges that we presented might feel, well-intentioned, but a little lame, like, just sort of an attempt to give teams something to focus on during a difficult time. So in both cases, truly, I wasn't sure that if you looked at what was on offer, you would still be willing to give the best of yourselves. So looking back at the season at all you've done, like you've truly flabbergasted me and I just kind of can't even. And not only what you did, but the creativity and the tenacity with which you did it. So on the FTC side, members passed their robot kind of one at a time from house to house so that everybody could work on it. And all of you experienced at the end of a frankly exhausting day of Zoom meetings for class, you'd get on Zoom again and try and work together on the design of something new to all of you with a group of people who were new to you. And both of those things together, I can't imagine a more difficult collaborative experience than that, or even a more frustrating one. On the FRC side, you guys didn't even blink when mentors said that we wouldn't be working on a robot. Well, or if you did blink, I wasn't there to actually see it. But instead what I saw was you were your usual founts of creativity. Like you poured out ideas and visualizations and mock-ups and prototypes. So what can you take away from these experiences? I think I have two lessons that I would like to offer for you to consider. FTC first. So I could only imagine that while the season was happening, like in the moment when you were in those Zoom meetings at the end of a long day, you may not have been feeling very successful. It might have felt kind of awkward and messy, or even fruitless or pointless. And when you're doing something successfully, I think you expect it to feel a certain way. Like you don't expect success to feel awkward and messy and pointless and difficult. Every generation faces serious problems, and the ones that you guys are going to face are more serious than I think any previous generation. But these problems are not going to be solved by mythical genius figures like Elon Musk. They're going to be solved by teams of smart but ordinary people. So in other words, they're going to be solved by you or by people like you. If you are lucky enough to be on a team that solves a difficult, worthwhile problem, I pretty much guarantee that at least sometimes along the way, your efforts are going to feel awkward or messy or pointless or difficult. So I don't want you to think that those feelings are a signal that you're not good enough or that you're doing it wrong. And especially, I don't want you to feel ashamed or shut down by them. So my ask for you guys is to remember what it felt like at the end, after you gave your best, awkward though it may have felt as you were doing it, and what it felt like after seeing and feeling your teammates do the same for you. Despite feeling messy, I think in the end, you figured out ways to connect and discuss and design and create together. And this season was as hard as it gets, and you did it. And I want you to remember that. And I want you to know that if you did it once, then that means that you can do it again. FRC, your turn. So I hope that you guys are incredibly proud of what you've done. I certainly am, and I've told pretty much everybody I know all about it kind of at length until it was really clear that they wished that I would stop telling them about it. Before launching the season, all of we mentors kind of said to each other, the students signed up for robotics to build robots. And like, are they really going to pour themselves into these other projects in the way that we know that they'll need to do a good job? But obviously you did. And most of you several times, once for your original idea, and then again for a totally different idea that wasn't your own when you joined a new team. And I think that that requires special recognition. Love is not transferable. Doesn't work like that. But that's what we asked you to do. And the final products wouldn't have been even halfway as good without your willingness and ability to do this hardest of things. So my ask of you is to reflect on and remember the magic that you can bring about when you wholly give yourself over to something. When you give yourself to something, you collectively create that feeling of mattering, of significance, of great things being afoot. Each of you helps create that feeling for each other. And that really is a kind of a magic trick when you think about it. It's like the adult equivalent of clap if you believe for Tinkerbell. So all of you, FTC and FRC, helped create that kind of magic this season, you know, even though it didn't maybe feel like a magical season. I hope that looking back at everything you guys have done, you can see the truth of that. Giving the best of yourself to something is the greatest gift that you can give. And choosing what to give yourself to is one of the most important choices that you can make. Every year I say this, I am both humbled and honored to know all of you and grateful that we all chose the Firebots as what we wanted to pour ourselves into. As I feel every year, I also can't wait to see what all of us do next season. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you for that. That was beautiful. Yeah, thank you, Mr. D. So up next,
thank you, Chloe.
Up next, our VPs have led one of the strangest seasons ever. And first to talk about it is Adam, our VP of Design.
Well, that's not an easy act to follow, but here we go. So despite the pandemic, we were able to get a lot done in design in this past year. I'm really proud of all the hard work that everyone put in from the beginning of the summer when we started training, learning how to use Onshape, and we did our prototyping challenges, all the way to the end of training where we had an almost fully designed robot. It's unfortunate that we weren't able to use the robot or create it even, but I know that we gained a lot of knowledge and experience from designing it. I'm really glad that I've had the privilege to be involved in this team on such a deep level for the past 4 years. And I'm really excited to see how this team will continue to grow with the new leads and build on everything we've done this year and in the past 4 years.
All right, thank you. Next up would be Kaveen, our VP of Manufacturing.
All right, so after a crazy year for everyone, but specifically in manufacturing, I'm very proud of what we were able to accomplish throughout the year. Though we didn't get a manufacturer this year, I'm proud of the effort and commitment everyone has put in from the start of the year to the end of the year, from on-shape training to the prototyping challenges. I want to thank everyone who came to the design meetings every week, even though it wasn't mandatory. And lastly, I want to thank everyone who worked with me, and I hope that next year you'll be able to use the skills that we learned from this year.
Thank you for that. Now is Yusuf, our VP of Electrical.
Just want to say that I am so proud of this team and so proud of all the connections we've made together. This sentiment is especially towards the electrical sub team, who I've spent the last 3 years working with and learning together with. I'm so glad we had a tight-knit group of highly skilled electrical members, and it was truly my pleasure being your lead for this season. Lastly, I'd like to say I enjoyed working with them other mentors and the leads. It was an absolute blast. I truly enjoyed all the meetings and just all the conversations. They were always thought-provoking and interesting. I'm really excited for what you guys will do in the future, and I'm very grateful for you guys letting me work with you. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Yusuf. Next up is Tuijin, VP of Software.
Yeah, hey guys, this was an incredibly successful year given the circumstances of COVID, and I'm super proud of all the hard work that our team members have put in this season. From the beginning, when the software team worked on training materials and wrote code for some advanced mechanisms, and to eventually winning the Regional Design Award for Fossil Frenzy. Thank you to all the mentors for continuing to assist us every season and providing useful insights when we were stuck. And thank you to all the students as well for sticking it out even during the pandemic. I'm really looking forward to next year to see what we can accomplish.
Thank you, Duijin. Now, Manan, VP of Business and Marketing.
Hey everyone. So honestly, I can't believe where we've come in just a few years, and I'm honestly going to miss our team so much. Robotics has been my #1, and I just can't believe that for me, I guess it's kind of coming to an end. We had such a successful season, and we really soared to new heights and pushing ourselves for creating the most initiatives, doing so many events, building a brand new BAM team from the ground up, and really coming together as a community. I never knew that starting in sophomore or like freshman and sophomore year, doing manufacturing and mechanical and, mill drilling all those nights in the build season. It's been insane coming from there and also doing a lot in BAM. And also playing a huge role in game design this season. Although I definitely miss our tournaments in person and all the projects that we could have done in person, I just love the community we have here and the amazing people I've met and all of you guys throughout this entire experience. There were so many of those nights where in build season where we had those late night grinds, chairman's, game design, and basically everything else. There were times where I remember leading like 25 projects at once and trying to be a bit too ambitious, I'm sure, but we were able to make it happen and accomplish so much. And for continuing to pushing the ball and for all of you to take your lead and really be a great part of this team, I truly love that. It's going to be a tough road ahead, risk taking, and it's going to take a lot of strength and courage and time to make things happen. But I'm so excited to see what you guys accomplish in the future. Let's work together and work towards expanding STEM, helping others and spreading what we love and really making the biggest impact on the globe. I want to thank Mr. D, Sohini, my parents, brother, friends, and fellow teammates for really giving me this freedom to go wild. And, robotics has been life-changing for me. I'm excited to see where you guys go. So I'm going to miss this team. Thank you.
Thank you, Manan. And finally, our president, Zaki.
Robotics has been one of the most influential experiences for me in high school. In my freshman year, I just attended the informational lunch meeting for robotics just because a few of my friends told me to, but I had no idea how that would affect the next 4 years of my life. I started off in mechanical, not doing much for the team and just trying to learn whatever I could. But as soon as the build season started, I realized how passionate I was for robotics and just STEM in general, which really fueled my commitment for the next 4 years and allowed me to get to the point where I am today. As the years went on, the team was evolving and I was able to be more and more involved, eventually reaching a leadership position. I'm very proud of how far the team has come since I first joined, and I'm proud to have personally been able to impact the team. I'm so grateful for everything robotics has taught me from both technical knowledge and leadership standpoints. And I'm even more grateful for the connections I've been able to make through robotics and the path that it has set me on. I've truly loved my time on the team, and I want to thank all my teammates and mentors who have helped make this such an exciting experience for me. And I can't wait to come back later on and see how the team has changed for the better.
Thank you, Zaki. So now we are going to move on to FTC. So as you know, recently our team has expanded not only from FRC, but also including 3 new FTC teams. And here to start off would be the SparkBots team 16532.
Thank you, Chloe. All right. So although the pandemic made things kind of weird, I think that all FTC teams were really able to have a great season this year. Specifically, this year, the SparkBots were able to get a lot done. Not only did we create a complete robot ready for competition, we also had multiple outreach events, and we really were able to expand our outreach as a team this year, even if all the events were online. Robotics Online was something new to all of us, but everyone on the team was ready and able to adapt to it and work very well throughout the circumstances.
So with the help of our mentors, Igor and Rajiv, we were able to make fully functioning mechanisms for the drive base, intake, shooter, and wobble arm utilizing CAD modeling. Through the different functions and tools of Onshape, we were able to design and prototype the various mechanisms that allow the robot to pick up the wobble goal, intake the wings, and shoot them into the goal to score points.
Yes, and for software, we learned how to program an FTC robot as he went through the season, which included coding motors, color sensors, distance sensors, and encoders. We first coded to make sure that all the mechanisms work correctly with the controller and the robot had full functionality. And then afterwards, we created an auton that did a couple basic tasks. So here we have a couple screenshots of our auton. And the way we created it was we had small functions that did smaller tasks that when we stringed it together, it created an order of tasks, which created our whole entire auton.
From our BAM sub-team, our team was able to host an online webinar in collaboration with BSA Troop 457. And members of the media were also able to make a lot of visual graphics. And together our team was able to work on a detailed engineering notebook that detailed what happened. All right, now let's watch a really quick demonstration of our robots, which is presented in the video by our very own Zach.
It kind of does get first, but it works itself out usually. And then for shooting, it'll either be one of these triggers. Right now it's locked into the right trigger. So you just hold it down and you press the A button to shoot multiple rings. So that works. And then
So we're going to be a little bit short on time. So actually, if you want to see more of the footage of FTC, we have all 3 of our season recap videos for FTC on our YouTube page. So you guys can actually check out more of the robots later. Now on to Inferno Bots.
Okay, so this season, the Inferno Bots accomplished a lot, including 2 team-specific outreach events. We successfully presented to Boy Scouts Troop 87 and to FLL members at their tournament. Here are some clips of our robot before we get into specifics about its functionality.
All right, again, FTC season recap videos on our YouTube. Check those out.
This year, the drive base and color sensor were the biggest priorities in our team's game strategy, so coding for them properly was crucial to our robot's success. Here's a picture of the drive base code on the left. When we were coding for the game controller to control the drive base, it initially wouldn't move forward or backward. We had to tinker around with the reversed motors and see what happened when a certain part of the gamepad was pressed. And the issue was finally worked out by reversing the 2 correct motors. So on the right, there's a picture of our color sensor code. Our goal for it was that during autumn, the robot would stop at the white launch line in the middle of the field. We made sure we coded a wide variety of RGB values for the color sensor because the lighting might vary depending on the context. And so the sensor needed to detect white regardless of the lighting.
Moving on to the physical components, we had a total of 6 mechanisms in our robot. We had the drive base, the intake, the conveyor belt, the shooter, the elevator, and the grabber. The intake mechanism would bring the rings into the robot where they would get transported up the conveyor belt and then shoot out from the shooter. The shooter consisted of a motor and a wheel which could expand when it was spun fast enough. The elevator was used to get the wobble goal above the wall of the play area, which would then land us some more points. The grabber would be used for holding on to the wobble goal. Our conveyor belt was the most complicated part of the robot. This mechanism was run by a motor, which was then connected to the intake system as well. This required quite a bit of time to make. While the motor was running, it brought the game pieces from the intake all the way to the shooter mechanism, where it then got shot out of the robot.
Okay. Overall, our season allowed each of us to learn and gain experiences that we wouldn't have been able to get anywhere else. Thank you so much to everyone on the Infernobots for making the season so unforgettable.
All right, thank you, Infernobots. And now finally our Emberbots, our rookie team actually.
The remote FTC robotics season for the Emberbots challenged not only myself as a team lead, but also pushed my team members to persevere and work through challenges online. My team and I have learned and have grown as the season progressed. And as a rookie team, I am proud to say that we have a completed CAD design of our robot. I want to give a special shout out to Rahul, Shelly, and Wyatt for contributing to our CAD model. We have functioning software code thanks to Aryan and Itzak. And I really want to recognize Rajiv and Abhishek in Mechanical for assembling our robot remotely. Not to mention Ishika, Hector, and Neil that prepared us for our outreach events, put together our engineering portfolio, and even decorated our robot. I also want to mention that every member on my team did not have prior experience in FTC, and I am so proud of everyone on my team for challenging themselves within their sub-teams. I know that we have created an amazing foundation for the Emberbots as a rookie team, and our progress can only get better from here.
Since we were mostly online this year, using CAD was greatly beneficial towards our team. CAD became critical for the Emberbots as we were able to visualize our robot online during meetings and create guidelines for when we physically built the robot. This helped us out a lot since we did not have that much flexibility in person or time.
So there's like a video of a robot in action. So there's an intake wheel that spins clockwise to pull the wheel into the bot. And then there's a helper wheel at the top of the robot that pushes the ring into the shooter wheels. The shooter wheels launch the disc up the ramp because spinning counterclockwise. And there are a total of 3 intake wheels, 2 shooter wheels to successfully launch the ring from the ground to the target.
So our mentors have been a very crucial part in the success of our team, and here to recognize them are all of our leads.
All right, so I'd like to start off by thanking my leads, who were Rajiv and Igor. Thank you guys very much for all the work that you guys did during this past season. It was truly great, a lot of work. And honestly, I couldn't have done it without you guys. You guys were really helpful in trying to figure out how to do things online. Whenever I was stuck with something, you guys were there to help me. And also just the entire team, I think, is very grateful for all the work that you guys did. I know that doing things online isn't as fun as doing it in person. Trust me, we know that. But I think that overall, you guys, the help that you guys did and gave us was truly incredible. And we couldn't have done any of this without the help of both of you. And especially to Igor, because it was his first year as a mentor for FTC, and you did an incredible job. And Rajiv, you came back and you came back very strong. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Juan.
Okay, so I'd like to thank our mentor Ari because he was such an important part of our season this year. Without your guidance, our robot and our team would definitely not be the same. Thank you so much for helping every member of this team gain knowledge that we did not have before. We really, really appreciate everything that you've done for us. Thank you so much, Ari.
Yeah, the Emberbots were so lucky to have you as our mentors, Lamia and Deepak. Both of you were always there to support our team in the best way possible by always remaining flexible and providing positive suggestions to improve our team spirit and robot design. And as an FTC lead, I really enjoyed working closely with the two of you, and the Emberbots were able to come a long way with your added guidance and knowledge.
Okay, I want to thank Sean for all the hard work he's put in for this team and the hours each week helping us learn.
I'm going to echo what Kaveen said. Obviously, Sean is both of our mentors. Sean's put in a lot of effort and been really committed to the team for the past 4 years I've been here, he's been very committed. This past year, he stayed through every meeting, even from summer. It was really great to work with you, Sean, as lead for the past 2 years. And I just want to say thank you very much for all the knowledge you've given our team.
So I want to highlight the efforts of our electrical mentor, Jim Vaughn. To me personally, Jim is like the golden standard of mentors. He was always like very meticulous about how certain things should be done, but never felt overbearing. And it was always came across as a suggestion or as an educational sense. And that level of like control with his words and ability to teach us and mentor us, that like made the electrical experience much better, but also made the electrical work like just the quality just shot up as soon as Jim started helping. So I'm really thankful for all the hard work Jim has put in, and I'm really thankful for being able to work with him. So thank you so much, Jim.
Thank you, Yusuf.
Thank you to Mr. D and Madhuri for being our software mentors. I really appreciate all the help you've provided throughout the multiple seasons that I've been a part of this team. And you guys would always give important feedback. And without you both, our software would never be where it is now. So thank you so much.
Yeah, so I'd also like to definitely thank Sohini as being such an amazing head mentor, and also I think Mr. D as, you know, head mentors. You guys really showed me all of the things that we could do and gave me, you know, so much space to kind of try out different things and see where we would go. So it was just so exciting to just go crazy and get into things. I'd also like to thank my mom, Aparna, for being so amazing for outreach. She really helped us get off the ground for all of our outreach events and FLL. So we definitely couldn't have done anything of that sort without her. And I'd also like to thank Clayton. I'm not sure if he's here, but he was so amazing and really showing us everything that you could do outside of just building a robot in robotics. And that kind of showed everything we could do. So thank you all so much.
Yeah, and for me, they've already been mentioned, but the mentors I worked with the most were Sohini and Mr. D. And I just want to say a big thank you. Obviously, I was entering a new position as president, and I had a lot of questions, a lot of confusions at times, and it really just wouldn't have been possible without them. They spent so much time just helping me just be the best I could be. And just in general, for all the mentors, we didn't have that much time to go too much in depth, but just we wanted you to know that we just really appreciate you and just all the work you guys do. So thank you.
Yep.
Thank you all for that.
Thank you to all the mentors. And so now we are going to, recognize our seniors who have been the upperclassmen and guiding us underclassmen to success for this team. Show you.
Yeah. Achutyan was a team player who specialized in mech, and when we needed something done, he was always first on deck.
We all know Adam, aka the CAD geek. When he worked on a design, there was little to critique.
Ishik is a man who's very, very tall, and when it was time to work, all he did was play football.
Anushka was in design, where she really did outshine with her game design animations and bumper CAD iterations.
David's been here for years and software is what he's known for, but when it comes to rubber ducks, he always wanted more.
Jacob wasn't mech. He was always so committed, and everything he worked on, he truly benefited.
Kevin has been on the team ever since day one, and people who are around him always had fun.
Kaveen is spelled the same, but pronounced a different way. He was excited to be our mech lead every single day.
Munna knows about BAM and was very active on Slack. His leadership never failed to keep us on track.
Nick was in electrical, a team of only 3. Also specializing in BAM, he always brought us glee.
Sid was in software and helped us go far, and when he had a task, his skills were up to par. Either writing code or reselling shoes. Never quite understood what this man did, but if you ever needed to hear the craziest of stories, Sid was your best bid.
Varun was very helpful to the game design crowd. With all the work he did, the dinos would be proud. Knowledgeable in software, electrical, and design, he was a genius in his youth, but aside from that, we'll never forget him as the guy who chipped his tooth.
Yusuf has been dedicated ever since the start, and now whenever we needed him, he always played his part.
Zaki Lolj is so much fun. Poems he needs more than one. Zaki Lolj is really great. Many robots did he create. Zaki Lolj is also awesome. He's better than any awesome possum.
Juan was quite unique in that he joined the team late, but his contributions to the team were really, really great.
All right, so those were our seniors. All right, so this year for FRC, we had a completely different season with 2 new challenges, innovation and game design. For the innovation challenge, we designed an app called Habitually, which we will now hear about. A video instead.
Tell me honestly, how long do you sit every day? I sit for at least 10 hours a day. But you're not even a working adult. They sit for about 15 hours a day on average. That's crazy. Especially considering that the dangers of prolonged sitting include fatigue, heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. There has to be an existing solution for this, right? Wrong. Companies have tried various solutions to promote fitness in the workplace, but none have succeeded. Why? Because they lack the motivational aspect required for a sustained impact on someone's overall health. Introducing Habitually, an app built for encouraging physical movement in the workplace that is cost-effective, harbors team building through competition, and develops habitual practices. Users can set time intervals throughout their day, reminding them to take 5 to 10 minute breaks with low-intensity movement exercises simple enough for anyone to follow. It could be literally anything from stretching in your cubicle to walking to the break room to get some water. For every 5 minutes of activity completed, participants will be awarded points to their personal fitness profile, which in turn contribute to their assigned group total points. Coworkers will be divided into teams and tasked with earning points. Each time a team reaches a point milestone, they will receive a mini incentive. After a longer duration of time, the highest scoring team will win a big incentive. Continual motivation prevents discouragement for workers to pursue their daily fitness goals through the friendly competitive spirit within the company and the in-app social page, highlighting each user's progress. So why would you as an employer want to implement Habitually in your company? Taking breaks throughout the workday may appear as disruptive. However, researchers found that taking short breaks periodically can have many benefits. Help us put an end to the sitting disease.
To elaborate on our product pitch, Habitually will be the solution for the unaddressed corporate sitting culture. From standing desks to fitness trackers, existing solutions seem to be ineffective in motivating the user. Because such solutions focus on traditional ideas of fitness, we researched how habits can help to incorporate micro improvements into an employee's overall daily physical activity. With these issues in mind, we first sketched out the design. Being able to motivate corporate employees through the camaraderie within tight-knit coworker relationships was essential to our solution.
We converted those sketches into a refined interactive prototype. In this iteration, we made notifications from the mobile app able to sync to a desktop. Furthermore, we added a user settings page for UX customization and made team information focused on collective progress. Finally, we added a mascot motivator. To continue refining our product, we required further insight. This guided us towards conducting interviews with experts and possible customers, such as a former Facebook Wellness Programs employee and the Director of Global Health and Performance at Google. We received feedback on the fundamental concepts behind our solution, including validation from potential users and incentive ideas such as donations to charity and small meaningful prizes. Additionally, we received functionality improvements such as the simplification of the interface, automation of data input, and increased customization for employers.
This feedback, paired with in-depth revisions, led to our final product, which we'll now demo. In this final version of the prototype, we created a user-friendly experience starting at the dashboard that displays the previous activities, a timer till the next break, and a progress bar towards the next fitness goal. This allows for easy access to the exercise page with both guided and unguided formats. The social page is the central hub to view the break status of all workers at a company. Each user.
Hi, sorry. Again, running a little bit short on time, but we will actually put this on our YouTube as well. Yeah, sorry. This is just. That's good. All right. For the game design challenge, we designed a dinosaur-themed game called Fossil Frenzy, and that recently won the Designers Award. We aren't going to show the presentation right now, but again, on YouTube. So this one's a bit long, but it's full of very, very good content.
Chloe, play the animation.
This?
It's in the first 2 minutes of it.
First 2 minutes? Okay, sure.
Hello, everyone. We are Team 30.
No.
Hello, everyone. We are Team 3501. My name is Varun, and we would like to please enjoy our game animation.
Welcome to Fossil Frenzy. 2 alliances of paleontologists are tasked with gathering bones from the excavation pit, slotting bones into their dinosaurs, storing dinosaur eggs in the incubator, and finally climbing the helicopter to leave the dig site. At the start of the match, both teams are randomly assigned one of 3 dinosaurs: the Triceratops, Stegosaurus, or Brachiosaurus. Colored eggs are available on the field and through the human player station. Bones are located in the excavation pit. During the first 15 seconds of the match, robots must be controlled autonomously. Robots start on the auton line and may be preloaded with 1 egg. Alliances earn points for driving off the auton line and depositing eggs into their incubator. They're also able to dig up bones from the excavation site, but cannot cross the halfway line. After the autonomous period ends, drivers can control their robots. Robots can continue to score points by filling the incubator and slotting bones into specified dinosaur slots. Robots can get more eggs from the human player station. Alliances may earn 1 ranking point by completely filling the dinosaur with its required bones. Once an alliance shoots 6 eggs of a certain color, the human player can activate the corresponding special ability by pressing their button. The offensive Triceratops multiplies points for bones scored during the ability's duration. The defensive Stegosaurus protects your alliance in your half of the field. The towering Brachiosaurus adds points per successful climb. Each ability may be used once per alliance, and abilities cannot be stacked. During the last 30 seconds of the match, robots return to their alliance wall to park on the helipad or successfully climb the chain ladder. Alliances earn another ranking point for having 1 robot park and 2 robots climb. The alliance with the most points wins the match.
Okay.
Sorry, I just opened the wrong tab by accident. Anyway, so that was our game animation. Thank you to Anushka. We worked a lot on that. Okay, so we're also going to be recognizing our outgoing leads with more poems that rhyme.
All right. The Amberbots lead, Orange Chatterjee, has very many icebreakers up her sleeves. She always wears a smile, and her work is so versatile. From technical to outreach, one thing's for sure, she can write a great speech.
The mastermind behind her events, the Sparkbots are who she represents. She fearlessly leads outreach, but to BAM, she does not limit her reach. Isha also did CAD, and for her guidance, we are so glad. Circling back to BAM, the feeling after one of her events is like we've won a Grand Slam.
I was told to read this with the right cadence, so Adam, hopefully I do it right. Zaki, this past year has been wacky. You helped us through training when hopes of build were waning. You've made robotics the best it could be and filled all of us up with glee. Your hair is super cool now, and it makes all of us say wow. Through all this time, you've been the best FHS Robotics Prez.
There are many of us that he has been kind to, but if you don't show up for a meeting, he'll find you. He reorganized BAM so we'll never be bored. He presented like a boss for the chairman's award. Now he's moving the Firebirds onto Discord. As VP of BAM, Munnin runs the whole show. In the fall, we'll be sad when to Berkeley he'll go.
Juan is incredibly dedicated, so surely the Sparkbots feel elevated. His team always gets a greeting, even after he has a board meeting. He made a big impact on FTC, and on that we can all agree.
Tanvi, the FTC lead, is passionate about the Inferno bots indeed. She's always there to lend a hand, even when her workload is grand. Her work has so much quality, it affects Team 16533 positively.
He helped us create a successful video series, and that's our lead of FLL. His help with mentoring FLL teams has allowed them to take great strides, and we can't wait to see what else he provides. The FLL tournament was a great success. Really, he never fails to impress.
Chloe was this year's media lead, crafting up designs in her steed. With Adobe, her best friend, she led us through to the end. Designing merch, she's a pro. What she'll do next, who knows? Skills growing our Finsta to an Insta. Every day with her is a fiesta. Never letting the conversation go dry. With her around, time always flies by.
Adam was there to support from the start. He would fix the mates while the CAD would fall apart. From the intake to the lazy Susan, he would always keep things moving.
Kevin was the lead for manufacturing. He also had a knack for prototyping and napping. When it came time to make CAD, his skills with Onshape were mad. During meetings, he was mostly quiet on his own and said at least once every time, "I want to go home."
Dweejan's undoubtful love for robotics helped software get through tough spots. This future president would lead with glee after he's done mining cryptocurrency.
Yusuf was an electrical pro, and we know that he would never go slow. He never really liked to lose, and that's why he lit the fuse.
Was that all? Yeah. Okay. Thank you for everybody that helped to make those poems. And they were great. All right. So now moving on to our awards, in-team awards actually, that everybody voted on and mentors also helped to vote on. All right. So we'll start out with the FTC awards. Every team is awarded one MVP, and I believe Mallory and some of the other mentors are going to be presented.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thanks, Chloe. For the FTC team, this year we decided to have the mentors write the limericks. So the mentors were really game. I got to hand it to them. They came up with some really fun limericks. So I'm going to have them read the ones that they came up with for their teams. But as I was asking them to come out with their limericks, Igor came up with one that I want him to present that talks about just the FTC bots in general. Igor, you want to take it away for your general FTC bot limerick?
Okay. There was pile of pieces and random of blocks. FTC teams had ultimate goal to transform them in bots smart as fox. For robots to move using motors, for robots to see using sensors. We still need students to build and to code to make from the house magic bed box.
Great job. We also had each of the mentors come up with the MVP awards or the limericks for the MVP. The MVP award goes to a team, a student member whose efforts have positively impacted and significantly contributed to the success of the team. So if Igor and Rajiv could present the FTC team award for 16532. We have a tie.
Okay, so let me go first. Last year was crazy, doom and gloom. We planned robot via Zoom. Trivia and ice-breaking questions helped to keep team spirit elevated. Leading is not easy, don't assume, when students can be in the same room, but team has skillful captain, Juan.
Rajiv, you want to do the other one?
Yes, so for the second MVP of the SparkBots team, here's a limerick. The SparkBot robot had to do many tasks. We had an MVP who could multitask. He could write the Auton software and also test the shooting hardware. Zek did it all with a smile and a mask. The MVP for SparkBots is Zek Isa and sharing it with Juan.
Next, we go to the FTC team 16533 MVP. Adi asked me to present this one. A young mechanic had to build a robot one day, making all those rings fly away. He read all the rules and picked up his tools. Congratulations goes to Vinay. And we had a close runner-up, so Ari came up with the limerick for that one too. We had an FTC team to tame, so we found a leader with a flame. She rallied up the troops and made them run in loops. Tanvi is her name. Next, the FTC team 18223 MVP will be presented by Lamia and Deepa.
Can you hear me? Yes, okay. So what can I say about our MVP this year? He designed parts of the robot with no fear. Despite staying home, he took parts in a box and helped deliver a robot that rocks. He did not hesitate to use hot glue when the nut did not fit the screw. He has a great future in the field of tech. Our AmberBots MVP is Abhishek.
I think the mentors almost had as much fun coming up with the limericks as the kids working on the projects. Next, we go to the FRC Awards. We have 2 awards this year, the Game Design Team All-Round Award. This one goes to a student member whose efforts have significantly contributed to the success of the game design team. I'll read this one. Her ideas shook our world. Her animation moved us. With her CAD design, she brought the dinosaur game to life. With her teamwork, our team took flight. What can we say? Anushka all round got us into a fossil frenzy. The next one is the Innovation Project All Around. This award goes to a student whose efforts have significantly contributed to the success of the innovation project. Mr. D, will you take it away?
I will take it away. She helps to develop the brand with a template adults understand. Workers won't need great wealth to work on their health. Habitually awesome, she helped her team blossom. Her skills are fire. They truly inspire. Chloe's contributions were grand.
The next one we have is the BAM Impact Award. The BAM Impact Award recognizes the student member whose efforts significantly contributed to the success of the business and marketing team through strong collaboration and execution. Aparna, would you like to read that out?
She found her home in robotics with dedication and persistence. Her graphic designs were accepted without resistance. Our website was presented, our FRC sweatshirts were perfected, our logos were extended, her Instagram posts were wonderful and showy. We could not have done it without Chloe.
Good job to all the awardees. We have one more that I believe Sohini is going to take on, the Mentor Selected Awards.
Yes. Chloe, if you don't mind stopping screen share for a minute. Congratulations to everyone who's an award winner. Before I move on to that one, I just wanted to show people examples of what the awards look like. You all will get them if you come to the swag pickup to get your award. There's these desktop star awards. There's my camera. So as an example, everyone who wins an award will get one of these, and you'll be able to keep it wherever you want. If you're graduating, hopefully you'll bring it with you to college to remember the team. Okay, so we have a new award this year called our Sustained Impact Award. This award is selected by mentors and recognizes one student across the organization whose contribution to the team goes above and beyond a single season and leaves a lasting impact on Fremont High Robotics. I'm actually really excited to introduce Haley, a 3501 alum, who is now a successful mechanical engineer, to present this award. Haley was on the team from 2011 to 2014, and she herself left a lasting impact on the team in her spirit, always focusing on students doing the work and inspiring other girls to join the team regardless of skill level. Haley, over to you to present the award.
Thank you so much, Sohini. It's great to be back on such a celebratory occasion. I still remember my time as a member of 3501, and for such an event, I felt it only appropriate to dress up. I'm wearing a bit of a suit and tie. Some of the mentors might recognize this shirt, though. It's one of my fond memories of being a member of the team from the 2013 game Ultimate Ascent, where we were finalists in the Central Valley Regional. I hope you all are having the same amount of fun, if not more fun, than when I was a member of the team. And I absolutely love seeing how much it's grown as an organization, as a club. So keep up the good work. Now, on to our award winner. This year's award winner has been a part of FHS Robotics for many years, and they have been a pioneer for the team throughout. Mentors had this to say. This year's award recipient did a lot for the team the past few years and set a positive example of what it means to be a firebot. They were active across the team in both technical and non-technical aspects and led a transformation of business and marketing. They organized outreach events during a pandemic, helped update the website, built a documentation system, and facilitated collaboration among the team. Thanks to this person's leadership, FHS Robotics is now recognized in our community year over year. In FLL all the way through FRC, their energy knew no bounds, from raising funds to creating opportunities for everyone to have fun. Our heartfelt congratulations goes to Manan.
And just so you can see, this is the little plaque that Manan will get. Congratulations.
Oh my God, thank you everyone. I love that.
All right, Chloe, back to you.
All right, that is all for this event. Thank you to everybody for coming, and also thank you for everybody that helped to make this event fun, and all the poems were great. I mean, congrats to all of the award winners. Manan, look at that thing every day in college and be reminded of your impact on Fremont Robotics. And again, we made a new website, by the way, and we're hoping that everybody can check that out. It's updated with all the new information, and looks cool. So yeah, again, thank you for everybody who came today. And thank you for everyone for making this year very interesting and very fun.
Thank you, Chloe, for leading us today. Have a great day, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Haley, hang out if you can.
Oh yeah, I was gonna hang out if people had questions or wanted to talk, but I'm just amazed by you all. Just yes.
Cool. Thanks for coming back. And I love the odd job. Sure, I knew that's what you were gonna put on as soon as you said it. Chloe, you did an amazing job emceeing. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Yeah, Chloe, you did so good.
You were natural. It was awesome.
I don't want to do that again. It's a
I was
hard
gonna
job,
say
man.
we have it made. We have it made from now on. We just leave everything to Chloe.
Basically. Congratulations, Manan.
Thank you. I mean, congrats to all of you guys too. We made it through this year. So crazy. We did it.
Congrats all.
Awesome. Zaki, can you believe it? This is it. Ah! I know. I'm like super sad though. I know I don't look sad, but I'm feeling sad because like y'all are gonna go. Most of you seniors and leads are gonna be leaving, and then you know that's just a cycle. But then you come back like Haley did today, and it makes us so happy. I was actually sitting at Ortega Park yesterday while Kylie and I was at softball practice, and I ran into 3 different robotics related people. First,
I only saw the first one.
Ari was the one walked by, and then one of our former team members, 2 team members, Rajat and Rohan, their dad walked by. Yes, Haley, Rajat's dad, and then Yash walked by with a basketball bouncing around, and so it's just really cool to keep seeing everyone. Yeah. Oh, that was loud. I think we have some basketball going on the other side of our door.
It's definitely a bittersweet feeling as a senior leaving the community, taking on a new role as a mentor, maybe not even a mentor and just having to watch as a volunteer at regionals, but it's still very much a great thing, FRC and FTC, and I guess first is great.
I was gonna say that maybe graduating leadership should set their sub team a 5-year challenge in their area, and then promise that if the sub team meets their challenge, then they will do something. I don't know what kind of thing, but they commit to do something come back 5 years from now or 6 years from now and do something if it gets met.
Interesting.
I would totally be down for that. You set a design challenge and then certain alumni will come back, or you just mix up the alumni groups and then you have to design something within a certain day or hour period. That'd be interesting.
Or like a sub team challenge, like all the sub teams have, like stretch goals that they wish that they'd gotten to. And, sometimes we make progress and sometimes we don't. But like, if you can get your vision system working like this 5 years from now in software, I will come back and do XYZ.
My challenge for Kaveen, the challenge I would set for manufacturing is that if we can have a fully, powder coating to make the robot look beautiful. Powder coated robot in 5 years, Kaveen will come back and do something.
Okay, what are you gonna do, Kaveen?
Is he still here? I don't know if he's still here.
Oh, he might not be here.
I can't tell. I'm on web.
That
Zoom,
means we get to decide what he does.
Adam can. The other half of mechanical. Adam can decide what Kaveen has to do.
That's a big task to decide what it is to do.
Yeah.
All right, guys.